7 angler here. We're going to show you guys how to tie the fly we were throwing in Poonfecta this year, as tied by my buddy Jarek. That is what it's going to look like. You're going to need EP fibers, UV light, eyes, UV clear finish, and some glue. So Jarek's going to take it away and show you how to tie the fly.
What's going on, guys? Jarek. Let's get after it. So first things first, you're gonna want to take a little chunk of this. Not too much material, just enough. I already have a perfect chunk already cut out for it. So I'm gonna kind of mess with it, get all these little loose fibers out of here. I'm gonna make this a little bit shorter too. See how long I want it. So I'm gonna want it to sit right about there. Nice little cut. Alright, slap that on there like so. Alright. And one thing I normally do, as you've seen in the other videos, is I just like to come around the back of that material, and it makes it to where it doesn't foul as easy, which gives a false presentation in the water. So you'll notice it kind of sticks up a little bit, which is exactly what I want. Alright. And then we're going to take the white after the chartreuse is on. Nice little solid little chunk. I think that should do.
You know what they say, if it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use, am I right?
That's the words of Chris Sexton.
Exactly. Another master fly tyer, as you've seen. Got some more stuff coming from him shortly. Pretty excited about that, guys. So, be learning how to tie a couple more flies here from Chris.
Alright, so looks about the same length. You want to take that, nice and tight. Right over the top. Looking good. Sweet, sweet. Alright, and then from there, make a little knot.
Now, the alternative to doing it this way is you can use a whip finish tool. Either way, it doesn't matter. Works the same.
There that is. Alright, now you're going to take your eyes, kind of get them on there. I kind of tied this fly as a joke when I first started tying and never thought it would actually work, but one night I decided to throw it and I started getting destroyed by mini micro tarpon. That's why I call it. Sorry, guys.
Micro minnow.
The micro minnow. Alright, so take a nice little dollop of glue on there. Not too much, just enough to get it to stick. And you're going to want to put it right up to the material, because you're going to use the Loon Outdoors for an epoxy head. Not too big of a head, but just enough. So you can see how it kind of sits on there. Like so. Let's Let's kind of straighten that up. I like to push it up to the top of the hook, so it kind of makes it easier for a hook set, and kind of gives that body more towards the top, so it's not just hanging down, like, which would be unnatural. All right, let's throw on another eye. Excuse me, Corte. Yeah, the more glue you use, it makes it a little bit harder to deal with because you really don't need that much. And when you start using a lot, it's hard to play with. And it'll kind of stick out, and then you got to mess with it with your fingers. And see it on the bottom right there? If you have a lot on there, it's going to be hard to mess with. Alright, from there, kind of look the fly dead on and center it really well. Push them together nice and tight. That looks about right. Alright, and now for the last part. Take a little of this Loon UV Clear Thick for the epoxy head. And you just want to use barely any. You just kind of gloop it on there. Careful of air bubbles, because that'll look off when it dries. You just want to put just enough to bring it over the eyes. And you can kind of look at it from the side and you can play with it a little bit more. Just kind of bring it down. That should be perfect. And a little bit more. There we go. Now before that starts drooping down, give it a quick dry. A little bit of UV light.
Now if you're doing this in the daytime, you can literally just go outside and hold it in the palm of your hand. And it'll have the same effect. It'll take a little longer than using the UV flashlight, but gets the job done. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I'll definitely get yourself a UV light. It's a lot easier. A lot less glue and stuff on your hands. Now I'm going to flip the fly over. Look at it right. Looks pretty good. And do the same thing on the bottom. Just enough to bring it above the eyes to produce the head. Might have used a little bit too much there, but I can play with it. Push towards the back. Bring it up towards the front. See how that looks.
Remember, you're building out the head so that it'll eventually look like that. It'll have kind of that little hump going on.
It's looking pretty good. And that is how the micro minnow is tied.
And obviously you can make this smaller, you know, down to this size if you want to trim it. But that is, in essence, that's a fly right there.
Does the job. Alright guys, have a good one.